Shujinko, the greatest warrior in Mortal Kombat history. No, it's not up for debate. This man defeated Onaga at his strongest. That's right, the monster who battled Raiden, Quan Chi, and Shang Tsung at the same time? Shujinko beat him at his most powerful. How did he do that? By absorbing the powers and abilities of Mortal Kombat's strongest characters. Yeah, Shujinko is nuts. His name literally means main character, by the way, and it shows. Despite Mortal Kombat being filled with monsters and literal gods, this old man is the strongest character. So today, let's rank every Mortal Kombat character against its most powerful warrior. Real quick, thank you so much to everyone for supporting my channel these past couple months. The growth and views have been amazing, and it's all thanks to you. Every time you like a video or leave a comment, and especially subscribe, it helps my channel out a ton, which means a lot to me because I've been grinding hard lately, posting daily if I can, and your support inspires me to keep working hard. So once again, thank you very much, and without further ado, let's begin. Alright, as you can see, today's tier list looks a bit different than usual, and that's because Shujinko isn't gonna lose any direct fights against anyone. The man can copy your abilities almost instantly and then holds on to them forever, which means any direct fight against him is guaranteed defeat. So that's why today's tier list is different. First up is Outsmarts Shujinko. These characters know they can't win a fight, so instead they're gonna trick Shujinko into either serving their bidding or just getting rid of him somehow. Next up is the Gets Him Arrested tier, which is hilarious if you played the earlier games. Shujinko gets arrested twice, once in Deception and then again during Armageddon. Yeah, despite being unbeatable in a fight, Shujinko goes along with the legal system and will walk into jail if you arrest him. And unfortunately for Shujinko, several characters in Mortal Kombat are literal cops and would arrest him. Alright, next up is Give Shujinko a Tough Fight. Pretty self-explanatory. These characters could go toe-to-toe with Shujinko. They're not gonna win, but they would make him sweat. Then we have landing some hits. They may get some punches or kicks in, but afterwards they're getting dusted. Then finally, in the bottom row, we have Kung Fu Hustled, which means obliterated. These characters don't stand any chance whatsoever, which means basically every jobber and non-main character is down here. Without plot armor, you don't stand a chance against this guy. So there you go, everybody. Each tier has been explained. Let's begin. Which characters will outsmart Shujinko? An obvious answer is Shang Tsung, the master of disguise and just manipulation in general. Shujinko hates this man, by the way, but unfortunately, he's very gullible. Shujinko trusts everybody for some reason, which means Shang Tsung could easily transform into Bo Rai Cho or anyone else that Shujinko trusts and then trick him into doing his bidding. In fact, the only reason that didn't happen in Deception is because Shang Tsung was dead. Next up, we have Cetrion, the literal goddess of virtue and life on Earth. Also an elder god, so Shujinko is gonna trust her implicitly. Even Raiden trusted Cetrion until she revealed herself to be evil later on. So yeah, if Cetrion can trick Raiden into thinking she's good, then she can definitely trick Shujinko. Next up, we have Kronika for the exact same reasons. Don't forget, she tricked Jax into joining her, and he's a good guy through and through, but it didn't matter because Kronika is that good at tricking people, and honestly, she looks like a good guy at first glance. So yeah, she's definitely outsmarting Shujinko. She has the authority and the time manipulation, all that stuff. But alright, what about characters who can trap Shujinko somewhere else? I'm talking Scorpion takes Shujinko to the Netherrealm and just leaves him there. In the Netherrealm era, he can do that. During the Midway games, he could not do that, which is why in Deception he loses to Shujinko, but Netherrealm Scorpion can go in and out of the Netherrealm for some reason, so you know he would grab Shujinko, take him there, and then just leave. And the same is true for Noob Saibot. He would open a portal, send Shujinko somewhere else, and then just dip. In fact, it makes you wonder why Noob Saibot doesn't do that more often against any opponent who's stronger than him, but the answer is plot armor, right? As in, the writers don't let him do it, but theoretically, Noob Saibot could just portal any opponent away from him and then go about his day. Next up, we have Quan Chi. This man uses literal mind control and is a trickster too. Don't forget, in Mythologies, he tricked the Lin Kuei Grand Master into trusting him, so yeah, he's a trickster. But next up, we have a funny one, Johnny Cage, and follow me on this, okay? If Johnny Cage really did want to beat Shujinko in a fight, he would simply hire him in one of his movies, and then tell him, oh, by the way, you lose in this scene, here's the part where you fall down. And Shujinko, being gullible and also very agreeable, would likely go along with this and lose the fight. Then finally, last but not least, we have Mocap. This man got into Chaos Realm and then then out of Chaos Realm unscathed. So yeah, he's a genius and also a great fighter, so he could definitely outsmart Shujinko. Alright, but which characters would get Shujinko arrested? Striker. Come on, he's a cop. So if Shujinko causes too much trouble in Earthrealm, he's getting arrested. Then we have Garrus, who works for Chronica, and if she told him to arrest Shujinko, he could absolutely get it done, because think about it, if Shujinko listens to other authority figures, then he'd listen to Garrus. He works under the creator of all time itself. Next up is Kotal Khan. He is literally a Khan, so if he said, yo Shujinko, you broke some random obscure outworld law, you're getting arrested, Shujinko would go along with it. In fact, that happened with Hotaro, so he's going up here too. Where's he at? Right there. Boom. Get him arrested. The first time we saw Shinnok was in the Netherrealm after he arrested Bihan. So yeah, there's a prison in hell and Shinnok will send you there. Next up is Tanya. She's not an authority figure, so can't directly arrest Shujinko, but she can frame him, and I think she absolutely would. She would invite Shujinko over and then frame him for some kind of crime and get him arrested. Next up is Reiko, who would absolutely arrest somebody on Shao Kahn's behalf, and in fact Shao Kahn could also arrest Shujinko, but I don't think he would due to pride. Instead, Shao Kahn is much likelier to fight Shujinko, challenge him to a battle, and then lose embarrassingly, because his ego is so massive. However, Evil Sindel would absolutely try and arrest Shujinko, especially if she knew how powerful he was. Then finally, last but not least, we have Li Mei, specifically from Mortal Kombat 1, when she is a cop and could literally arrest Shujinko. I know right here is Deception Li Mei, but just pretend that it's MK1 Li Mei. Okay, time for the tough fight tier. Onaga is going here, Raiden is going here, all the gods pretty much are going here, the demigods too, like Taven, Blaze, one of the strongest beings in existence, he's going there too, Kung Lao's going there, Liu Kang is going there, Kung Jin's going there too. I think all three are relatively at the same power level. Liu Kang's first, right behind him is Kung Lao, and then a bit further down is Kung Jin, but they're all very powerful. Then you have Shao Kahn, who of course is going up here too, one of the strongest beings in the world, especially with the Soul NATO. I think he'd give Shujinko a good tussle. And you know what? I think classic Sindel would also be tough for Shujinko. He would still win, but it would be tricky. And then finally, we got Sub-Zero, specifically Kuai Liang. He's way stronger than people give him credit for. I don't think he's lost many fights at all in the entire series. And the few fights he did lose was because he held back or something like that. Okay, so next up is landing a few hits. I think Ermac would do okay against Shujinko. He's very strong, especially in the Midway era. In every video I say this, I'm sorry for anyone who's tired of hearing it, but for anybody new, Ermac once fought all the great Earthrealm warriors at once and held them off without breaking a sweat. So yeah, 3D era Ermac is about that life. Next up we have Jax towards the back, but I still think Jax would land some hits, especially the Midway era Jax. Netherrealm treats him like a jobber. He's not supposed to be. Jax is the best fighter in the military period, and even before getting his metal arms, he defeated Kintaro, which is crazy. Keep in mind that guy is as strong as Goro, if not stronger, and almost nobody's beaten Goro except for Liu Kang, which means Jax is around Liu Kang's level. He's much stronger than people give him credit for. Even the new writers for movies and games treat Jax terribly. He's supposed to be a top tier warrior, like a top 10 level warrior. Next up is the boss characters, right? Kintaro, Goro, Motaro. I don't think Moloch's up here, unfortunately. I like the character and he should come back, but realistically, he's not on par. Then we have Dagon, a demigod around the same level as Taven because he's his brother, and honestly, he should be stronger than Taven given the head start he got, but for some reason he's not. Then we have Cassie Cage, who straight up beat Shujinko in her own arcade ladder ending, which might not be canon though, now that I think about it. It never gets brought up in later games. But the point is, Netherrealm seemed to believe that Cassie Cage could beat old man Shujinko, who's already an incredible fighter. Now me personally, I think that's ridiculous, but she could land some hits. Next up we have Cyrax and Sector. With all their technology and flight and missiles and stuff, they're bound to land some hits, but they're gonna lose. Next up is Bo Raicho. This man taught Shujinko how to fight initially, so Shujinko would likely go easy on him, and also Bo Raicho knows how to exploit his few weaknesses. Assuming he still has any, he might not. Next up is Cabal. He's got super speed, so definitely landing some hits. Kitana, Jade, Ashura, they're all going up here too for similar reasons. They're great fighters with thousands of years of experience. Then we have Kenshi and Smoke, and Reptile, because he can turn invisible, would land some hits too. Along with Smoke, he turns invisible also, so both of these characters would land at least a couple hits. Alright everyone, and there you have it. every single Mortal Kombat character ranked against Shujinko. As mentioned earlier, he's the strongest character period in the entire Mortal Kombat series, so beating him in a direct fight is nearly impossible. Instead, you gotta outsmart him or arrest him, otherwise the best you can hope for is making him sweat. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps my channel out a ton. And for anyone new, finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.